Okay guys, on the table with us today, we got mini doodle Loki. Guys, we've groomed Loki many times. He's in rough shape. He's got a lot of knotting, knotting to matting. And I think what I want to talk about in this video is maybe the 3 stages of what matting is. You have knotting, you have matting, and then you have severe matting. This is not severe, but it is matting. People will go into a grooming shop and they'll say, well, I don't want the dog shaved. He doesn't seem to be too matted, but yet he is, because what a lot of dog owners will do is they will brush topically like this, right? They'll brush topically and look at the difference. It looks like it's not knotted, right? So here's a big mat on Loki right here, right? But if I brush over it like this, look at how different it looks, right? It looks like it's brushed out, but really, when you lift, the mat is still there. So when a groomer comes out and says, hey, your dog is matted, we're gonna have to go short, they're not lying to you. It's like brushing your teeth before you go to the dentist when you haven't brushed in days. You're not really tricking anybody. The mat's still there and the dog has to be buzzed. So again, the three stages of matting are: number 1, knotting, then matting, and then severe matting. And in very severe cases, you're going to be using a 10 blade. I've shaved down dogs with a 10 blade, and that's really severe matting. If you guys want to see severe matting, check out Man's Best Friend. They are a husband-wife team in Serbia, and if you want to see footage of some severely matted dogs and what this husband-wife team does in Serbia, check out their channel. We're going to leave a link in our description to their channel. Just do us a favor and tell them that we sent you, okay? Because they do some amazing things over there. Okay, so I am going to try to start with a 5 blade on this. And what I'm doing is I'm going straight to the mat to see if my 5 blade gets through the worst part of where he's matted, which it is. So again, this is matted, but not severe matting, right? So if it's not severe, a lot of times I'll just resort to a 5 blade as opposed to a 10 blade or a 7F. But the 5 blade is kind of struggling to get through, guys. It's not going through that easily. But see this? This is all solid mats. Solid mats here. And, it's the part where there's that fine line. Are we buzzing the dog down? Can we buzz the dog? Can we leave some coat? And what does the dog have to go through if we do leave some coat? Are we going to sit there and demat this whole dog? This is a whole lot of dog to demat, guys. And I don't want to put him through it. So you just tell the owner, we're buzzing the dog down. Like right here, this is really severe. I can't even get this 5 through it. See, guys, the 5 is just bogging right down and just not cutting through. So I'm gonna switch over to my 7F and see if I can get that through. Come here, buddy. Because now we're getting into sections of him that are severe, right? Even the 7F is struggling through this. Look at this. It's just solid mats, guys. Right? All right. Now that I can see where I'm going here, I'm going to switch over to, see, this isn't too bad over here. But if I leave this longer and this is all shaved, it's just going to look ridiculous. So I am just choosing to do a 5F on most of this dog, and we're going to shave any other parts a little shorter that are a little bit more severely matted. But for the sake of the grooming, for the sake of Loki, and keeping this grooming as easy as possible for him, this is what we're doing. I'm not going to sit there and demat this dog, because I'm not going to put him through it. It's something that has to be done at home, in between groomings, guys. You cannot you know, not brush a dog like this and then think that it's going to be okay and not too bad when you bring him to the groomer. And you'll have lots of, you know, it's one of the things that groomers go through a lot, is you're battling the customer and trying to convince them that the dog is knotted. And a lot of people will say very ignorant things only because they just don't understand, like, oh, the groomer's taking the easy way out. It's not that the groomer's taking the easy way out. The groomer just doesn't want to hurt your dog. You should be commending your groomer. You should be thankful that your groomer knows best and says things like, no, we're going to buzz him down for his own sake and his own well-being, right? Rather than, oh, I'll demat him, I'll sit here and yank on him for hours. And, you know, how do you think that that's going to fare on your dog after, you know, the first half an hour of you yanking on him? It's not going to work, right? Groomers aren't looking for an easy way out, because here's the other part of that. There's nothing easy about what I'm doing. I would much rather I could brush this dog out if he wasn't matted a lot faster than I have to sit here and shave out these mats and be really, really careful, right? Okay, so if your dog is matted, you bring him to the groomer, and even though you don't like the way it might look, you know that most of the time the groomer's just looking out for your dog. They don't want to hurt your dog. They don't want to sit there and yank on your dog. And it's not even fair. I can't stress enough, guys, to watch Man's Best Friend, okay? Guys, really, go to their channel, check them out, because you will see what I'm talking about. If you want to see some really jarring, severely matted dogs, and I mean severe, you have to check out their channel. And it is jarring. I'm warning you. It's, you know, you might end up crying because of some of the dogs that they are actually rescuing. But seriously, just support their channel. Support groomers that are, you know, trying to help. We're trying to help. Still using the 5-blade here, guys. So what I'm doing is, if you notice, I'm using the 5-blade for as much as I can. Anytime I hit a spot where it's not going through, I just stop, because the 5-blade isn't going to work there. And there's a huge challenge to buzzing a dog down too, is that, you know, you have to get that blade right up against the skin here, right? So you have to be careful not to cut the dog, not to hurt the dog. Good boy, Lofi. Good boy. You sit down, buddy? It's okay. You know, you have to be very, very careful. You know, especially right here in the armpit area. You know, don't pull like I'm just pulling slightly because I know where I am. But, you know, don't make the mistake of pulling and then, you know, hitting skin either. There's nothing easy about this. And this is Loki being a really good dog. You know, Loki's a great dog. He's so sweet. He lets us do everything. You know, so imagine I'm doing this on a dog that just isn't having it. Again, you could just see the challenge that dog groomers face every day. Huge challenges. This isn't an easy job. It's a difficult job. And I think that more and more people are realizing that. You know, most groomers are really, really good, and they care about your dog. Good boy. They're even like in between his toes here. So look at all of this. It's just like severe matting in between the toes here, right? So yeah, I could brush that out, But guess what? I'm not going to, because I'm not going to hurt him. So I'm going to use a 10 blade there, and I'm going to scoop it right out so that he doesn't feel much of anything, right? That's just my method. Because I hate yanking on dogs. As you guys know, I've mentioned it in other videos. I do not like yanking on dogs. You know, I'm not a big demat kind of guy. I'm more along the lines of, no, if the dog's that matted, we just buzz him down. We're not, you know, we're not going to sit there and demat. I mean, I'll demat a dog if the mats aren't too bad. But this right here, to me, in my professional opinion, is just way beyond a demat. This isn't a demat here. For me, this is a cut down. And that's why I'm talking about the different stages of matting, right? Where's the call? Right? You new groomers out there, you need to learn this. You need to know this. Like, where do you call it? You know, so it's important to know, you know, what is knotted, what is, you know, matted, and what's severely matted. Because knotted, right, you could demat, you know. But once you hit matting, for me, there's no longer a demat. You know, I will call the demat at the knotting stage, which is the early stage of matting. Good boy, buddy. That's just me. I don't like yanking on dogs. Look at all this hair we got off of him already, right? And we haven't even gotten to the hard part yet, like under here, his penis area. His penis is completely matted, guys. I have to get a 10 blade in there. So what I'm doing here is just all the easy part, you know. And you know, what do you think this is worth? You know, money-wise, what do you think this is worth? What should a groomer be getting for this? So, you know, a groomer on average might pull in about $80 for this, $85. Should be $150, right? I think it should be $150. Only because it just takes so long. And the reason why I say that, I'm not for me, you know, I'm okay, I'm fine. But for, you know, groomers out there that are struggling, and we've done videos in the past about this too, that, you know, if you're not making ends meet, and you're doing all this work, right, and you're not getting paid for it, then what ends up happening is what? You stop grooming. Now you stop grooming, and now there's just another one bites the dust, just another groomer out, because I've seen it time and time again, they just say, I'm not doing this, that's just way too much work, right? And I'm not saying it for me, guys. My customers are more than generous. I love my customers. They're so generous, and they appreciate me and Anthony because they realize what we're doing. But if you're like a new customer, a new groomer out there, you might find people trying to take advantage of you. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Know your worth. Know your worth. And, you need to get paid. Good boy, Loki. And all this matting in the penis area now. This is where I have to be very, very careful. And now I'm using the 10 blade. You see all this matting here? Oh, it's all butt up right against his penis here. You know, the skin is very soft. It's very sensitive. I have to be very, very careful. So, again, are you groomers just like to take the easy way out? Tell me what is easy about what I'm doing here. I can just severely cut his penis right now. I don't want to do that. You think that's easy? There's nothing easy about it, guys. Nothing. Okay? I'm working the inside of the leg with the 10 blade here now. So remember what I said with that 5 blade, what I did was I just, whatever the 5 blade wasn't getting through, I just saved it, and now I'm just skimming with the 10 blade, right? This way you're not forcing that 5 blade through a coat. And he doesn't like his butt too much, so he's all matted up in his butt area here. He's got a lot of poop stuck to him. See that big mat? So that's gotta be a big relief, right? All that stuck on him for a long period of time. Okay, cleaned up. Good boy, buddy. Just spin this down. Here's where you want to be really careful too, because when dogs get neutered, you know, they have that little flap of skin right here. So I have to be very, very careful with that. I'm almost treating it like if it was a female, like a vulva. Same kind of thing. A lot of times that saggy skin will be there and you'll nick it, and you don't want to nick it. So I'm just rotating him now, and I'm going to get this side of his penis. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. It's okay. Good boy, buddy. That's all right. I want people to understand, you know, everything about being a dog groomer, you know. So, you know, I'm not trying to push product and stuff like that, because it's not really, you know, our thing. I like to teach. I want to teach you guys and show you the ins and outs of all of this. You know? But don't get me wrong, I will show you guys some products too, because there are certain products I love and I swear by. But for the most part, I would rather get you guys grooming, right? I would rather get you guys learning how to maintain your dogs. Now we're in the armpit area, very, very tricky spot, right? Because of all that skin. So we're being really, really careful there. Good boy, Loki. You're so good boy, Loki. Good boy. How you doing, bud? How you doing, Lokes? You doing okay, buddy? You hanging in? Yeah? You good boy. His face is just completely matted too, guys. All these mats here. Look at this. You know? So I'm saving it for last. This is all one big solid mat right in here, right here, right? So again, like, am I just grabbing a brush and just gonna start yanking on them, just brushing that out? And look, I'm not even doing it. Look how much it's tugging on them. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. And you can even like tell by his reaction to that. Like, you're not gonna do that, right? You're not gonna do that to me, right? No, I'm not gonna do that to you, Loki. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm gonna groom you very, very easily. I'm gonna make it as gentle as I can. Think of it this way, guys. Like, you know, think of it like you and me going to a dentist or something, right? And, you know, do you want the dentist that just doesn't give a crap what you feel? Right? Do you want the dentist that's just going to go, yeah, you know, open your mouth, and he's just shoving tools in your mouth, and he's yanking and scraping your gums and hurting you? Do you want that? No, you don't want that. You want the dentist that's going to be nice and gentle and going to give you a better experience in an awkward situation, in something that is, you know, has to is a little jarring to begin with, is a little difficult to begin with, right? So how do we minimize it? How do we make it easier, especially with dogs? Because unlike people, dogs can't reason with that. They don't reason well. They don't understand why you're hurting them. We at least understand. You know, a dentist will say, no, I'm drilling this because you have a cavity and we gotta fix this. And you go, oh, okay. Because I'm gonna feel better afterwards, right? Now, dogs don't understand that perspective. Okay, come here, buddy. Come here. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually getting through this with the wall number 4 guard is what I'm using here on his face, guys. So I'm trying to leave a little personality, trying to leave some stuff on his face. And again, the purpose of this video is matting. How are we dealing with matting? And matting happens mostly, guys, coming off of winter. Coming off of winter, that's when you're going to find that dogs are most matted, because people tend to just leave their dogs long in the winter months, and they will just let the dogs grow out. Then, you know, it'll just get beyond them, and they won't be able to brush them anymore, and they end up getting matted. So I call the springtime just shave down city. Oh, good boy, Loki. See, with all of this here on his face, you know, in the end, I'm going to trim this all up. I'm going to give him a cute face, and it'll look okay. You know, it's not going to look great because, again, you saw all those mats. So even in a dog that's matted, we're still going to try to make it come out good, or as good as we can, right? Oh, you're such a good boy, Loki. I love you, Loki. I love you, buddy. You're so handsome. Yes, you are. You handsome boy, Loki. Such a good dog. Good boy, Loki. See, now that all that knotting has gone through, all right, now we can get the brush in there. Now it's minimal tugging. Look at that. See that? Now it's just, okay, there's no knot there. Now we get that brush right through. He doesn't care. It's not hurting him. And that's how we do this, right? And I want you guys to do that too. Do this. Believe me, because if you don't do this, what ends up happening is you are going to scare dogs out of getting groomed, and that's just pointless. It's pointless to do that. You know, you might groom them the first time. You're going to do this whole dematting thing, and the customer's going to go, oh, I like it. Or even though a lot of times the customer will say, you know, I still don't like it. It's too short, right? No, you're going to go through all that. You're going to put the dog through hell, and then he's never going to want to come back to your shop. I could tell you that much. I'm doing a 10 blade here, guys. Like I said, with the in between the toes, just doing a 10 blade. I don't want to yank in between his toes either. So I'm just splicing through some of that matting. Good boy, Loki. Come here, Bubba. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, come here, baby. Just straighten up. There you go. Yeah, his tail's not too bad, believe it or not. All right, so I'm just going to put the snap-on comb back on here and try to just skim through the rest of this. I'm using that 4 right now. I'm trying to leave as much as I can on his legs so he doesn't have like these stick legs going. Good boy, Loki. Good boy, buddy. Okay. Now I can just brush the rest of this out. There's no more knotting, no more matting, and you know, I feel a little bit more confident now too, and less stressed, because you know, it's hard dealing with all that. It's hard being careful and staying alert for all that time, right? But now that I can see what's going on and I can see under his coat, you know, I'm not worried so much about, you know, hitting a growth or anything. He doesn't have any, but if he did, it's just part of it also. Is, you know, you can have a dog that has growths. It's another part of the challenge. Okay, I'm gonna do his pads, and then I'm gonna get him in the tub. Pads are very matted too, guys, so I'm trying to do it carefully here. What a good boy you are, buddy. I'm sorry, look. Just not in good shape here. Good boy, buddy. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Doing this back pad now. Alright. And ass pad for now. Here we go. There we go. So that's it, guys. So that is Loki's prep right there. And again, you can just see that no pain, no pain. I want to be the painless groomer. You got the painless dentist. I want to be the painless groomer. And we're still going to make him look cute too, you know. Still going to look cute. It's okay, buddy. That's it, guys. Give it up for Loki. That's his prep. We're going to get him in the tub, like I said now. Give him a quick blow dry. And, you know, we're going to finish him up. So we'll show you a couple of finished shots of him. Oh, you look so handsome. You look so handsome. Look at you. Okay, guys, give it up for Loki. We went ahead and gave him a bath and a blow dry. I just went back over him with that 5-blade, guys. I used the 5-blade back on him. Went back over with the 10-blade. I did his penis area and his butt. We just went over everything. Went over his pads. I did use this this larger snap-on comb on his head. I did a little skimming on his head here, and then I used the 2 blue comb down his legs. Just to, you know, leave his legs a little bit fuller. We used that 2 snap-on comb. And of course, we did use that number 4 wall on his face. So that's it, guys. And one thing I wanted to mention also, guys, none of this works without a good clipper, guys. I'm using the Andis 5-Speed XL. If you don't have a powerful clipper, guys, none of this is going to work, no matter what blade you're using. So make sure that you get yourself a good strong clipper. This it's a 5-speed. Top speed on this is like 4,500 SPMs. Don't use anything less than like a 3,700 SPMs. Look for the SPMs, which is just going to determine how powerful the clipper is. But this is a 4,500, so it's a very powerful clipper. So again, guys, you got to get yourself a good clipper for any of this to work, guys. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and again, just give it up for Loki here, who's being such a good sport.